Hey everyone, my name's Jaime from Advanced Test Equipment, and today I have Joey and Kevin from Chroma System Solutions. They're going to be going over the Chroma 62000D bidirectional power supply. Joey, tell us a little bit about this unit.
Yeah, so these are two of our brand new units. They are 45 kilowatts in a 4U box, very power dense, and they go up to 2000 volts, so great for high voltage applications, and they even have a battery simulator built in as well. I have Kevin, our applications engineer. He's going to run through a live demo and cover a few things, how to put one in parallel with the other, how to use one as a source and a load, and we're going to go over some software applications as well. Kevin, what do we have here today?
We have two of the 62000Ds. These are the high voltage options. So they have the high and low ranges, and we're going to use one as a source and one as a load and do some testing.
Great guys, so let's get started.
This is the AC input here on the far right, labeled input. It's 3-phase 480 volt only, grounding terminal here. These are the two standard interfaces, USB and LAN. So if you want to program with either our soft panel or your own program, that's how you can do it. Paralleling cables, so really easy to parallel. You just take the HDMI or DVI cable output to the input of the slave. Output terminals here, you got plus and minus, pretty solid bus bar outputs, and with the local remote sense terminals there, they're currently connected locally, but you can also connect them remotely. This would be our optional interface, so if you want to get GPIP or CAN, we can put that in here. And lastly, our analog interface, so if you want to do any analog voltage or current controls or any type of hill testing, then you can use that. So the units allow for simple paralleling. You just take your DVI cable that's supplied and you put it into the output of the master unit, and you'll plug it into the input of the slave unit, and they'll be paralleled. You can parallel these guys currently up to 8 units for over 300 kilowatts of battery simulation. For the voltage measurements, we'll be using this 1000 to 1 ratio differential probe at 100 megahertz. And for the current measurement, we'll be using this Fluke clamp meter. So here we have two of these 62000Ds set up. Here on the left, this one will be acting as the source, and here on the right will be acting like a load. They can switch back and forth, but that's just how it is for today. And of course, since they are regenerative, a lot of the energy is going to be staying in the system, cycling back from the load to the source at about 90% efficiency, so only 10% dissipated. So here we are on the front panel of the unit. Over here is just the power switch. Here we have our LCD touch screen. So here we can use all of our different controls here with our stylus, fancy stylus. Over here on the far right, we have our USB host. So here we can plug in and we can take screenshots of this front screen, or we can also upload firmware updates very easily. We have a scroll wheel for setting, and we have our output on-off button here. So this is the basic operation panel. You can see here it's currently in source and load mode, source and load, source and sync. But we can go in and we can switch that if we want to just be source mode. You can see it will gray out all of our load settings, so we're unable to act as a load. Or we can go into our load mode and gray out all of our source settings, so we're able to act as a load only, just for the protection of your DUTs sometimes. This unit is also equipped with a high and a low range. So you can see up here, the high range goes up to 2000 volts with 60 amps, or the low range can go up to 650 volts with 180 amps. And it's indicated up there. Our unit also has some more complex features besides the basic mode. If we go in here, we can go into the program sequences. And this is basically like a list mode set operation. So you can go into here and you can create a bunch of different sequences. So here you can see we have 4 sequences. And you can go in and you can set a different voltage, different load and source current for each one, as well as slew rates to set the timing and the ramps. And so you can very easily create different profiles for either sourcing or loading. Next, we have our battery simulator mode. So here we can, of course, act as a battery simulator because we're a bidirectional source. We can charge and discharge. So you can come into here and you can set up your basic settings with the high and low voltage to create like a linear discharge graph. Our soft panel also offers some more complex battery modeling features through an Excel file that you can upload for the graph. And lastly, our unit can also parallel very easily. So you can parallel them up to 8 units currently. So you can set it up as the master, and you can set the amount of slave units you want, and then you can enter into the control with this simple button.
For the software, we have our software dongles here, which would plug into your workspace setup. And this will allow you to control your units remotely, and it's a lab-based software. Now we're going to dive into a demo on how to use that software.
This is the soft panel for the 62000D bidirectional power supply. This is just the basic operation panel. Here we have our communications tab, where we can connect up to 10 units to a single soft panel. You can see we can connect any of the models and mix match. We can use any of the three interfaces, either USB, Ethernet, or GPIB. Here would be the system settings for the unit. So they're going to automatically pull those from the unit when connected. Here we have a high or low setting. This is just the basic operation panel for the units. You can see we have three different operating modes: source and load, load, and source mode. And in each different mode, it grays out the unnecessary parameters for simpler configuration. Here you can see when I turn on the output, the unit's going to show it's acting as a source, and this one is acting as a load. You can see with the negative current as well as the center graphic. Next we have our list mode. So this is our sequencing ability. So we can come into here and make and add up to 100 steps. And using those we can create different profiles in either source or load mode. We also have a ramp ability. So you can set your starting voltage and your ending voltage. You set a ramp time, and then the unit's going to increase the voltage over that ramp. The unit also comes with some pre-loaded standards. So this one has two automotive standards that you can see. There's also a battery simulator ability. So you can come into here with a nice graphic. We can select either basic mode for just a linear battery profile, or you can upload from an Excel file. Lastly, we would have our report generator. So we can come into here and we can generate a report to TXT or CSV.
Thank you for watching the video. For all rental inquiries, please reach out to advancedtestequipmentcorp.com.
For purchase, go to ChromaUSA.com and we'll take care of you.
See you next time.